95.7 Ben FM presents Woman of the Week, sponsored by Cancer Treatment Centers of America, care that never quits. Here's Marilyn Russell.
Welcome to Woman of the Week. So glad you could tune in this morning. By the way, Woman of the Week, a podcast. If you missed the show at any moment, you can find it on iTunes, also on our website, 957benfm.com. April, you may or may not know, is Autism Awareness Month. And so we're sitting down with my new friends, Linda and Frank Kuepper of Autism Cares Foundation. Welcome to the show first.
Thank you, Marilyn. Happy to be here.
Lots of information available at the website, autismcaresfoundation.org, or you can even call them. Linda and Frank gave us the phone number for you, 215-942-2273. Can you give us a little bit of background and history?
Absolutely, Marilyn. I have two beautiful sons, Frankie, who is going to be 20 in August, and he is attending Penn State Abington. And I have another son named Michael, and he'll be 17 on April 6th, and Michael has autism.
How old was Michael when he was diagnosed?
Michael was diagnosed with autism at the age 2.5.
What were you noticing about Michael that was different from your other son, Frank?
About his second birthday, I would call his name. He wouldn't look at me. There was no eye contact at all. He wanted to be alone. You know, at that time, Frankie was around 5, so I've kind of gone through the early stages,
right.
And I noticed there was a big difference in Michael.
He was losing his abilities that he had already achieved, and so it was, very stunning and remarkable. So then we began the circuit of going to one specialist after another. This was 15 years ago, and the world was a different place 15 years ago for diagnoses of autism.
Right.
So we were very early in this process, and I'll let Linda pick up from here because we started the whole doctor circuit at that point.
We were in for a rude awakening at that point. I do remember going to a neurologist and hearing that word autism. Now, Marilyn, at that time, we had no idea what autism was. We never heard of it. We did not know anyone who had autism. Basically, we had no clue.
My guests are the Kueppers, Linda and her husband, Frank. They are founders and CEO of Autism Cares Foundation. Talking about your son, Michael. Michael diagnosed with autism when he was just a little over 2, now 17. And I bet you Michael's the biggest champion for your Autism Cares Foundation.
Michael's our biggest champion, but so are all the other hundreds and hundreds of children, teens, young adults, and adults that we serve.
How did this affect Frankie when he was, 5 years old and suddenly all the attention and awareness shifting to his little brother? Was he a little bit freaked out?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? You bring up a wonderful point because what the siblings go through such a tough time.
We tend to be the forgotten people along the way.
Right.
Very hard on
Yes,
this.
they really do. And Frankie had a very tough time. But what we've learned is we treat both boys with love and affection. We would remind Frankie that maybe even though Michael is special, you are special too. And he loves you even though he can't express it, he can't say it, but he loves you too. And I have to tell you this great picture moment that it always is in my mind is both boys love monster trucks. On TV, they had a big show about the monster trucks. Their favorite was Gravedigger, and it was so cute. The boys would sit in front of the TV, and Michael would be kind of off to the side a little bit, but Frankie would bring him close to him. They would hold hands, and Frankie would look back to me, "Hey, Mom, Michael's holding my hand. This is pretty cool." It was just a special, special moment. It was tough for Frankie, but again, you just have to keep showing that, we love you, and we're family, and family's very, very important.
The most important thing of all.
Absolutely.
It sounds like Frankie really stepped up to the challenge. I mean, and it was a challenge for him.
And he did.
And he never stopped trying, which
Oh
is
my
just,
gosh,
yeah.
no. And today he and his brother enjoy the activities that we provide, especially at our fitness program that we offer every Thursday night. It's a weekly program.
Let's get into it. There's a lot happening.
Absolutely. We're very busy.
Autism Cares is the foundation, and as Linda's about to share with us some of the activities, I did want to sort of hone in on that upcoming 6th annual gala happening
my
Saturday,
gosh,
April
yes.
18th at Spring Mill Manor in Ivyland, Pennsylvania.
Well, we're very excited about this year's gala, and we're having it back in Bucks County because a lot of our families truly love to attend this event, and they want to support us, and we love having them. So this year's gala, we're focusing on our brightest stars. and our brightest stars are the wonderful families that we support. So we've invited 8 teens and young adults who take part in our events to enjoy on the festivities at our gala. They are our brightest stars. But to meet them in person, they're amazing.
Well, it's a great time this
Amazing.
month, being Autism Awareness Month, to put a face.
Absolutely. So this year's gala is about them.
The 6th annual gala taking place Saturday, April 18th at Spring Mill Manor in Ivyland, PA. So at the gala, is there live music? Is dinner included? Give us a little bit. Are there auction items to be raffled?
Oh, absolutely. It's a black tie affair. We do have a cocktail hour. We do have silent auctions. We have a live auction. We have a wonderful band, A Sharp Productions, that will be entertaining us through the evening. It is a wonderful, wonderful
And we're
event.
also going to have a celebrity guest this year, too. A football player.
But we can't.
yes.
Is that a secret? We're not saying who?
We could say, oh, absolutely. He's actually a graduate of Council Rock High School South. His family resides in Holland, PA, and his name is Justin Pugh from the New York Giants.
Yay!
And he's just a wonderful young man. He always gives back to his community, and we're just very honored to have our homeboy back to support the cause.
He's a cool guy.
He is a very cool guy.
Oh, that's fantastic. Again, all the details are at autismcaresfoundation.org. I'm sure there's a link to buy tickets right from that website. Yes. And the Autism Cares Foundation's phone number is 215-942-2273. My guests are Linda and Frank Kuepper, and we're talking about their foundation they created on behalf of their son, Michael, who was diagnosed with autism several years ago. Autism Cares is the foundation. Check them out today when you have a second, folks. So Michael turned 17.
Yes.
How's he doing now, and how has the foundation helped his growth?
He's my inspiration and my strength, and of course my encouragement. There's still struggling with him.
Can Michael speak now?
He can speak some words.
But Michael's mostly nonverbal, so you really cannot have a full conversation with him. He answers mostly in 1-word or 2-word sentences. However, he's fluent enough to be able to take care of his needs and to clue us parents in as to what it is that he needs.
What I do is I made a list of things that he loves to eat, and also the word help me, fix it. And I learned some sign languages. Michael couldn't do the sign language, but I could, and he was able to connect with that. And then I would fade the sign language, and then eventually he actually can say things, cookie, fix it, help me, things like that. They're extremely important in your daily life. There's things that he does very well, and there's always
new challenges along the way.
Absolutely. There's always challenges for him. What I love about Michael is his personality. He's a loving and so caring and compassionate.
I imagine that's what gets you through on the tough days.
Oh, gosh. When I see his smile, it just lights up the room. Michael now has friends, because growing up, the difference between Michael's life and Frankie's life was just night and day. Frankie had all his friends to come over. They would, play basketball, go ride a bike, play video games. Michael's world was completely different. So because of Autism Cares Foundation, Michael has hundreds of friends, wonderful activities that he can participate in, and he has a social life.
And another thing that the foundation does that's helped Michael with communication is several years ago we began an iPad program. We actually have a director of technology that volunteers for our foundation, and we've opened a center in Hatboro, PA, which is dedicated only for iPad learning for all special learners, not just people with autism. I'll go back a little further in time. Before iPad was such a thing, we actually launched a PC-based communication program. And no sooner than we got that up, iPad hit the market. And we were working with a professor at the University of Pennsylvania on an app which was called Prolo Quo to Go. And it's a communications app. So we beta tested it, gave him some feedback on it, and it launched, and it's out in the marketplace today. And it's basically a PEX-based picture application. But what's cool about it is you can tap different pictures and move them up to a sentence bar, and the iPad speaks the words for you.
Our director of technology is Karen Velacci.
I wanted to get Karen Love on this radio.
She is Love, and her husband Peter, and their
really
lovely
hard
son.
to pull this together.
And their lovely son Stefan. We've known them for many years. Actually, Stefan and Michael were in the same class together, so we put our heads together and collaborated on the iPad workshop program, and I'm happy to say it's very successful.
So if you don't know about this program, folks, and you know someone who needs to know about this program, autismcaresfoundation.org. So the gala is on, folks, with or without you, but it's so much more fun if you go. And it's Saturday, April 18th at Spring Mill Manor. And Linda and Frank will be happy to share lots of details with you and more information about that. Call them. Autism Cares Foundation phone number is 215-942-2273.
This gala is super important to us because it raises about 50% of our annual revenue. And I think one of the things that we need to share with everyone is everything that the Autism Cares Foundation does and provides in services for our participants, we do at no cost to those families.
We provide up to 150 activities and events yearly. They range from a monthly Bounce You event to a weekly fitness program to friendly sensory movies to swimming. We actually take an event that maybe typical peers can do, and we turn it into a very safe environment for individuals with autism. And as we mentioned before, all these events that we do really has touched their lives tremendously. You know, you learn a lot from other parents. Oh, Marilyn, you have a real bad day. You come to an event and you're able to connect with another mom and say, help me today.
You have a child with special needs. It is a full-time
It
job,
is.
no matter what the situation.
It truly is.
Getting a little bit of a break and a reprieve from that has to be a moment of sanity. It's hard. It's tough on everybody. I totally get it, Linda. Brings me to this question. Do you guys have full-time jobs in addition to running the foundation?
My full-time is the Autism Cares Foundation.
Frank?
Yeah, no, I have a full-time occupation.
I see the tie.
Yeah, so when I come home, at the end of a day at work, then I work at my passion, which is really helping Autism Cares Foundation. I work at David's Bridal. I'm Director of Procurement.
AutismCaresFoundation.org. Please check out the website. Learn more about this 6th annual gala coming up. And it raises a lot of money. And it sounds like a great time. And you two are absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, Marilyn, so nice to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.